What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld Podcast. And today we're going to be jumping in week 2 of the 2019 NFL season. The Cowboys and the Redskins. This was very, very interesting because it started off kind of slow and everybody was going wild. Like, if you were on social media, people were already talking about, Dak Prescott this, Dak Prescott that. Then he threw a hot dot and then that all changed. Zeke was able to get into the end zone as well. Pretty much the Redskins are... I don't know what's going to be happening with them this season. Obviously, what is it, Geis? I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's hurt. You got AP out there balling early. But then ultimately, I think they're just going to make games close and probably lose games. I don't know this year if you're going to be able to get much more out of them. Josh Norman needs to retire immediately. That guy keeps getting embarrassed every game. Like, he has every game he has like a part where it's like, all right, that dude's garbage. Like, he just needs to... It's just so crazy the way that everything turned for him. But everybody's just exploiting that guy. The dude got stiff-armed in the face again. Like, all right, bro. Like, he just needs to go sit down someplace. But the Cowboys are looking crazy. And also, it looks like Dak's price is raising per game. So Jerry Jones might want to pay him or, just let him know I'm not paying you or whatever as soon as possible. The Colts and the Titans, this was a very, very good game because it kind of let the Colts fans know that Brissett is not that bad of a QB. Even though we already knew that, it was something about Jacoby Brissett. I always liked him when he played, during the time that, before Andrew Luck retired, he had that season where he played, while he was on the sidelines. We thought he was going to come back or whatever a year ago. But he's really good, man. I think he's going to get even better, and I think the Colts are underrated defensively. And people are going to still, doubt them, but I think they have the potential to go ahead and keep playing very, very well. But this was a very, very exciting game because I thought Derrick Henry was going to run all over him. And the Colts really stood up for themselves, man, and made some plays. So it ended 19-17, but it was definitely something that showed you that Brissett he's going to be a good QB for that Colts team. So you Colts fans should be happy. The Seahawks and the Steelers. This game was very, very exciting. Ben Roethlisberger did get hurt. Looks like something like an elbow, whatever like that. He was wiggling it around like it was spaghetti or something like that. I don't know what he's doing, but it doesn't really matter. His replacement came in and played pretty well. But at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you this right now, right? The Steelers are a big letdown, and if it continues to go on like this, they're going to probably fire Mike Tomlin. Like, I know they don't really fire coaches, but they're probably going to do it because this guy, I don't know what this guy's doing, but after the 33-3 loss to the Patriots and now you lose to the Seahawks at home, you got to start looking at that situation and try to figure out what we're doing here. So that's pretty much what I took from that game overall. Bills and the Giants. The Giants are not a very good football team. Saquon Barkley is going to get his, but that's pretty much it. Josh Allen came out and shined. If you guys watched the post conference where the guy asked him, you could have ended up in New York, and he said, I did end up in New York. Pretty much when you think of New York, even though the Giants play in New Jersey, New York is the Giants. It's not the Jets, not the Bills, it's the Giants. And it was just a really, really good thing because a lot of these quarterbacks that don't get drafted to the places that they wanted to get drafted to or where they should have been drafted, they usually come back and haunt them. Eli Manning, for the most part, is blind in both eyes. This game, the first game, it wasn't all his fault against the Dallas Cowboys. This game, he could have made better plays that he just didn't make, but Josh Allen just outplayed them himself. Like, he just made more plays than he needed to. Like, he was just all over him. So the Bills are very, very impressive, jumping out to a 2-0 start. The Giants is what we expected. Saquon Barkley is going to show that he's one of the best running backs in the league, and then the team's going to lose. That's pretty much what's going to happen the entirety of the year until they kind of tell Eli, look, you know what? Go sit down in that back corner there and relax. That's pretty much what you're going to have to look forward to with the Giants right now because they're not going anywhere and their defense is horrendous. All right, so jumping into the next game, Patriots and the Dolphins. This was like a scrimmage, okay? Antonio Brown comes out. He has the best quarterback that he's ever played with. First play of the game. Well, not the first one, it was the second play because the first play he went out, then he came in for the second play. Came in, what was he at? I think he's like in the seam. They know that he's going to the ball. They know the ball's being thrown to Antonio. Antonio catches it anyway. He scores, not on that play, but he scores eventually in the game. It was just a joke. They're throwing pick sixes. The Dolphins, like I said, many people are trying to get out of there. I don't know what's going on. That head coach is probably going to get fired. I think that, being part of the Bill Belichick regime helped him get the job, but it's going to get him fired immediately because the beatings that he's going to get is going to be kind of wild. The team doesn't want to play for him. I don't know if it has anything to do with that whole Jay-Z thing and Kenny Stills. I don't know what's going on with that, but the Dolphins are a very, very bad football team right now, and somebody has to pay for it. I just don't know who it is. The Jaguars and the Texans, this came down to the Jaguars and Doug Marrone having too much confidence in Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette is a very, very big power back, and I thought that he could have gotten that 2-point conversion to kind of seal the game, but for some reason he forgot to extend the ball. I don't know what he's doing and why he's doing it, but the Jaguars are 0-2, and obviously Nick Foles is out, and Minshew is out there balling, and then you give the ball to Fournette for the 2-point conversion. I don't know, but I like Minshew. You know what I'm saying? Because he reminds me of what is that? I forgot the name of it. Mulan with Minshew. So I like Minshew, but that's pretty much it. The Texans, they edged this one out. This could have been crazy. But it worked out for them in the end because Doug Marrone, that's the kind of guy he is, man. I guess that's why Jalen Ramsey wanted to fight him during the game, but it doesn't really matter. Vikings and the Packers. This game started off very, very well for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Obviously, it became a little bit shaky, but when it becomes shaky, you obviously know you're playing against Kirk Cousins, so ultimately he's going to do some things that's going to help you win the game, and that's exactly what he did. So I wasn't expecting anything as far as offensively from the Vikings to be able to come back in this game being down early because other than Dalvin Cook, who was a stud, you don't really have anything going on over there offensively because it starts with the quarterback, and the quarterback is probably, he's gonna, I don't know if you guys remember Inspector Gadget, but he's gonna probably self-implode every single, just like the mission that Inspector Gadget used to get. That's what I think about when I think about Kirk Cousins. He's not going to be able to make those plays that you really need, and this is ultimately the way that it's going to end up for most of you guys that are Viking fans throughout the year. He just won't make the plays. The Chargers and the Lions. This was a very, very interesting game because I don't think anybody favored the Lions winning this, but they played it very, very tough. I will say this about Matthew Stafford. I've been very, very hard, bro. Pretty much just critiquing him over the years. He looks a lot fresher and he's throwing the ball a lot better. Throughout this time that he has in a very, very long time. The Chargers might need, that man Gordon back. I don't know what's going on. I don't really want to say what I really saw throughout the game because Chargers fans are gonna get mad at me. But Phillip Rivers, I don't know what he was doing on a lot of those throws. Maybe, he ran for a first down where I don't understand how the dude is mad slow. Let me just say that. But he was throwing some throws where it's like, all right, bro, I had enough of that throwing motion. Some games you be like, all right, he throws the ball like he doesn't have any common sense, and then you accept it because he's throwing dots, and then you're like, all right, you know what, this guy, why is he throwing the ball like that? That's like how it was for me yesterday. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but there was a lot of different things going on in there. But obviously, Keenan Allen and Slay was the whole situation. It was a heavyweight bout, bro, and Slay won it because dude's just throwing picks. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if you're gonna keep throwing picks, dude's gonna pick it. Darius Slay ain't no slouch out here in these streets. You're gonna get it picked. And that's pretty much what happened in that game. It was pretty much dominant defensively for the Lions. 49ers and the Bengals. The Bengals are not a really good football team. So for us to talk about it, you know what I'm saying, bro? I don't know what they're doing, but Garoppolo was pretty decent. I still don't trust him, though. I got to see a little bit more from him, but early on, he kind of had me nervous, but the Bengals, like I said, is not a really good football team, so I got to wait. But the 49ers being 2-0 is huge for them. That is extremely huge. I haven't seen this in a while. You know what I'm saying? So I was very, very excited for them to see how far they're going to go with it. So let's just go ahead and see, what it turns out to be for them going forward. The Cardinals and the Ravens. I'm telling you this right now. Kyler Murray is so exciting to watch. The way he throws the ball, he looks like he's so small in the field, and he just packs a powerful punch, bro. That dude, very, very good stuff. They had an opportunity to win this game. It didn't work out like that. Lamar Jackson is throwing the ball way better than I ever thought, and it looks like the coaching staff is very, very confident in letting him just throw it now, more than it was last year, because I don't know if you guys remember, he ran a lot more, last year than he did right now, leading up to these first two games. So they're more comfortable with letting him throw it, and he's making plays primarily to his tight ends. So I don't know why defensively people are not focusing on the tight ends, because other than the one real big hot dot when they needed to run the clock out to Hollywood Brown, he focused on his tight ends no matter what. So it's something to where people are going to have to start to understand that. The Cardinals, I think that Kyler Murray's starting to come into his own. He's getting the feel of it. And why does Larry Fitzgerald look like he's in his 20s? That dude looks like he's rejuvenated, man. They got to be careful. That's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He will dot you. So I'm enjoying that team overall. Both these teams are very exciting to watch. But Kyler Murray being a rookie playing the way he's playing, I just love the way he's he's showing his confidence right now. I'm really enjoying that. The Chiefs and the Raiders. The Raiders jumped out to an early lead. Everybody got nervous except for me. And then the MVP, Patrick Mahomes, came out there, dropped 443 on him, dropped 3 TDs, 3+ whatever touchdown passes. He's still the MVP of the league. He's showing everybody it wasn't a fluke. The Raiders are the Raiders. I don't know how they won the game week 1, but it doesn't matter. That's not what this is about. They came out. Nobody has an answer for the Chiefs. Tyreek Hill being hurt didn't really... It kind of hindered their offense a little bit. I believe that they would have won by like another, 14 points if Tyreek Hill played. But, everybody expected the Chiefs to beat on the Raiders. It wasn't like it was something that wasn't going to happen. So it's all good. Saints and the Rams. Let me just say this to the Saints fans first. I understand that you guys are mad at the refs, or what do you call him, the Foot Locker guy? I think one of the guys called him. But they had the ball 10 times and scored 9 points. The fumble that they called down, that should have been a fumble, that was a very, very bad blown call, but that's happened in a lot of games. I don't think it's ideal to the Saints, but it is starting to become something to where the refs are blowing these games. And, I just think for me, they have too much control over the way the game goes. They're not really allowing the players to play the way that the game was intended, and they're becoming too big. They're becoming too big as a part of the game. The refs need to fall back a little bit, and if a play is happening, let it happen, and then review it. Review the turnover afterwards, because that was a really, really clear situation that should have been a return fumble. But again, I can't really go and say, oh yeah, that was the key play. The Saints got dominated. Drew Brees got hurt. Hopefully his thumb heals up soon. They're saying 6 weeks. It might be more. He's an older quarterback. Your body heals differently. So we got to see how that works out. But ultimately, the Rams dominated them. Well, I don't know. That blown call, they had a couple other things that were going on. But, it's weird. Maybe they just don't like the Saints, man. I don't know. But I expected a lot more out of the Saints that I didn't get. So we have to wait to see how that kind of transpired going forward. But I don't really believe in them going to do anything now after that kind of dominating win by the Rams, and they're coming in at 2-0. All right, so let's jump to the Bears and the Broncos. We all know Pinero got the dinero with that field goal, bro. This was a very, very hard-fought game. Let me tell you what I learned. They don't know what roughing the passer is, and also Joe Flacco, I don't know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying, bro? That dude is garbage, but we're not even going to get into that. We don't need to talk about that. Most people already know he got a Super Bowl ring with the Ravens. That man is set for life with his money, so we don't even care about that. But that dude is bro, the Broncos I think they're worse off than they were with, who was over there before, Keenum or whoever was there. It's a joke. The Bears had to get this win, and it was a hard-fought win, and they got it. Other than that, the game wasn't too exciting for me, but I was able to see that game-winning field goal. It was very, very exciting. We have to see how the Bears go, because offensively they're looking like they're very, very stagnant. They're gonna have to unleash that offense very, very soon. Eagles and the Falcons. The Eagles came out, and I don't know what happened, bro. Maybe they got mono from Sam Darnold. The whole offense was just injured. So Carson Wentz didn't really have a lot of weapons, but at the same time he was trying to throw a pick every single snap. Matt Ryan is a terrible quarterback, but he made some key plays at the end to Julio Jones to win it. I still believe in my heart that dude is one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, Matt Ryan, regardless of his stats. But Carson Wentz looked pretty bad throughout the entirety of the game. And I said, granted, Alshon Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson, a lot of his weapons were injured, but he still looked really, really bad. So going forward, it's starting to get a little bit rocky in the NFL. The only team that I'm really confident in, the two teams, the Chiefs right now and the Patriots. Other than that, and I'm still picking the Patriots to win the Super Bowl, because Antonio Brown right now is going to make them unstoppable as long as he's not suspended for his pending, thing that's going on with him personally. All right, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys understand you can watch this for free. iTunes, Android, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Just search GmiasWorld Podcast. I'm going to see you guys after Monday Night Football. You have a great day. Until next time, one love.